Hi and blessings on December. I am going live here. It was unexpected, but to kind of shine light on what's happening in December and the closing and the ending of this year. So, thank you so much for joining Angel of Divine Love. My name is Heather Aguilera. Thank you for being here and watching and subscribing. All those who are getting to know this platform and me and kind of the flow that I am feeling into. It's just kind of more free form. And just thank you so much for watching and all of the things. So, anyways, December 2nd, as I mentioned on my live, the last live, today is the day of Venusian energy. So, every month, the planet Venus and the Earth, they go into this sort of orbit type of thing, and it creates this dance, if you will, and eventually over so many years it creates a Venus flower. So the Earth and Venus creating this type of energy flow between each other. So it's a Venusian energy. It's a high energy of love. This love that is here, that is emanating through the planet. And there's certain times of the month where we call them Venus gates. So a Venus gate, there was a big Venus gate and a big closing out on October 22nd. So that was like a completion of a flower, and it took almost like 120 something years to complete. So it's now being carried by a Libra energy. Libra is all about relationships and stepping into this newfound freedom of love and beauty, and how we are going to basically recreate the beauty industry, recreate our way and our views of beauty and how that is. It's not necessarily like love, like sexual love, although it can be, but it's love as in this pure essence of love, divine love, a creation of love that is emanating through. So today, on the 22nd of October, the planet Venus and the Sun, they were rising together. So Venus became a morning star. She spent about 7 days in the underworld, underneath the earth, and then she eventually rose up with the sun. And today, December 2nd, she is now what is known as the evening star. The evening star, which is like that star, and a lot of songs sing about this star, star of wonder, star of night, star of royal beauty night. So this beauty, royal energy that is emanating in the evening star of Venus right now. So basically that's kind of what's happening today. Today, which will allow this Venus energy to become an evening star, and we get to kind of gaze upon that beauty and that glory. So Venus gate will be, I believe, on the 24th of this month, and that's another high Venusian energy. So I am studying this Venus type of energy, so I wanted to really share this with you because I find it fascinating with emanating this, grand energy of love, of beauty, of Venus, the Venusian energy. It's royal, it's beauty, it's this extravagantness, if you will. So yeah, and December blessings upon each and every one of you. So may this month bring you so much joy as we're closing up all the old. You could be having like a review also of the past, things that need to fall away. Today also in the Mayan calendar, it's known as the day of Ah. I know a lot of people getting married today, so this is a very beautiful day for marriage and union to happen. So there's a lot of beautiful unions happening, beautiful relationships that are coming together in their sacred marriage and making those vows on today, which is very auspicious, especially how the planetary alignment's happening. So many blessings to those who are making that next step to commitment. I think it's a beautiful time to get married and very joyful time to continue that love vibration. Like I was saying with the Mayan calendar, today is the day of it's sacred authority. It's the day um, that brings us so much authority from the divine. So if we think of a tree, a big tree, and eventually, if a tree gets really high, it'll fall and ready for the babies to expand and explore new heights. So there's different evolutions of the tree, or that sacred tree. It's my puppy right here. And we are, if you do have the tradition of decorating a tree and welcoming that tree and dressing that tree up and allowing those blessings to come through. Thank you, Donna. Love Light from Australia. Thank you. Just allowing those blessings to come through. We are, continuing to practice these ways, or to reignite our ancestral ways, and to do things with meaning, with a comprehension of what it is that these rituals mean. If you're about that, if you're not, that's fine too, but hopefully you do carry on some sort of tradition that means something to you and that carries, and find out the meaning of it. I came across this post about poinsettias, and poinsettias in the Mexican culture, they're known to bring in the light, the light of the divine, the light of God, and to remind us of the beauty. And there was this, I guess, this conquistador, this man who didn't like the ways of the indigenous. He was a colonizer that was, I guess it's named after him, the poinsettias. But so they're re-educating those that come from traditions. A lot of elders are, and I'm so appreciative of that. Because I'm relearning some of these traditional ways, and also what I have learned from the past, and continuing to expand in my culture. So I'm all about expanding in our culture and whatever that is, and decolonizing spirituality and also the new age. So, I hope you stand in that, in some sort of regard in that, in some way. It is very sacred to me, my prayer life, and being able to send prayers in this way, in a manner, in a way that is looked upon with grace, the eyes of grace, the beauty of grace, the grace of the divine. So with that, all that being said, if you have any questions, please feel free to write down below, and we'll go into today's prayer. The prayer for December, the blessings for December. So let's take a deep breath in together. My next live will be on Monday, and it'll be a prayer meditation. So we're going to ask Great Spirit, I call in Great Spirit, our guides at the four directions and the four corners, into that crystalline heart, in the heart of the heavens, our hearts in the heart of the earth. May we walk with grace and dignity, strength and integrity, authenticity and beauty, with this way that it shines its light of the divine with us, within us and around us. May this blessing of this sacred December, may we have notes of understandings, aha, and auspicious beauty, sacred joy, always emanating through us with the magic of December. May this beautiful closing of this month bring us grace, bring us joy, bring us magic, bring us healing. Bring us the renewal of our relations, bring us the renewal of our foundations, of our culture, of the beauty way, of what is sacred, sovereign, and true. The truth of love, the truth of essence. the truth, the purity of innocence within us and all around. Thank you for your love. Thank you so much. Yes. Yeah, she loves prayer. Poppy had to join in on the prayer. I know she loves sacred prayer and drumming, and she's all into ritual. She loves it so much. So thank you so much, and I just pray for you and your family and all of your loved ones that everybody really enjoys this month, whatever that is. If you have a hard time through the holidays, even more compassion and love for you, and knowing that, everything that we've all gone through is worth. Thank you. She is very sweet. Everything that we've all gone through is worth it. It's been worth it. Thank you. Yeah, it's totally worth it. Um, we've all gone through so many different traumas, and one of my biggest thing and mission has been to look at the traumas that I've gone through, and to also assist other people with their trauma healing and wounding. Deep traumas, the trauma of betrayal, is such a deep embedded trauma. It's not just within us, it's within our elderly people that are here on the earth. And in the elderly community, there has been an increase, not just elderly, but all ages, of increase of suicidal threats and suicidal attempt. So, I ask that all of you keep that in your prayers, the elderly and the children and of all ages, for this. That is so sad to me, to have that, to have this deep loss, to want to just, take your life. And babies are feeling this, and old, like the grandparents, I mean, my grandparents are passed away, but I've heard of other people's grandparents that have gone through this, that are attempting this, that are threatening their lives or taking pills, to let themselves feel some sort of relief, or trying to pass away or end their life. So I really want to pray over any family that has gone through that, children, these mothers whose babies are threatening their lives. I mean, I've sat with clients that deal with this. They deal with students that are threatening their lives. Just think of these babies. I mean, I have so much compassion for this life of mine. For this life of my friends and everybody that has gone through any type of trauma, any type of betrayal. I feel that is something that our world needs so much understanding and compassion towards. So when you're out in your everyday walking, hold this prayer in your heart. Shine that light upon others, the grace and the beauty and the peace of God, the peace of the divine, understanding that they might know somebody that is going through something, or they might be going something through that themselves. So really carry this prayer within you this next, 30 days, or until Monday when we connect again. I'll be going live again on Monday for the peaceful prayer meditation. But our prayer and our love can emanate and heal so much. And the way that our society is right now, the elderly are desperately calling out for help, and the children are calling out for help. So may they have that, may they find that with your smile. I love seeing kids in the stores and them just like, you know, smiling and waving at me. And I have that, you know, magnetic attraction for children that really like find me, like, you know, I love kids. I love to play with kids. I love, you know, just being around children. So, yeah, thank you. So, yeah, our elders are special, best teachers along with the children. They are, you know, the children are our teachers. And I am very blessed to have so many beautiful children in my life. And I do think of them as my teacher. I consider them my teacher because they're so innocent and they're so wise too. You know, they're so tapped in. If you ever sat with a kid and just them, they'll tell you about yourselves, and you're like, wow, okay. If you haven't worked on yourself, beware, because they'll tell you about that too if you're ready to hear it. But yeah, you know, really doing your work, your due diligence within yourself, and carrying this prayer, compassion, carrying the light of compassion. And if we think of it in color, yeah, if we think of it in color, we could think of it just, you know, if we want to send out a ray of light, we could send out gold or white and silver. If you think of the holiday season, it's all lit up. You know, everything's lit up with so many lights, so many different colors. When you're looking at that color, think of those colors as healing vibrations that we're gifted with right now, and that we get to uplift to more peace and harmony and healing. So let's use these colors that we're seeing with our eyes, our physical eyes, to say, oh, that's green, it's emanating love, it's emanating healing. Oh, that's blue, it's bringing in protection and this divine blessing of the divine of God. When we look at red, let's think of everyone being supported and financially like taken care of, you know, within that root chakra, within that root, that essence, that healing of anything that they need to solve financially, you know. So all of these colors emanate and tell a story. If you know your chakras and you know what they do, you know that these lights are lighting up for us in this month of December. So let's try not to think of the consumerism, although we can think of that part too, ending that, but also how beautiful it is to see the lights. And these lights can represent something more beauty for us, to bring in that beauty, the beauty way. And let's think of that, the white lights bringing in the grace and the joy of what it means to bring in the spirit, you know, helping our kids and our elderly stay strong and in a safe way within themselves, and also ourselves and each other. You know, I thank all of you, and I wish you just such a beautiful month of December. May the grace of the divine be with you. May the love of the divine be with you. And may the beauty of the divine be within you, within your eyes, so that you may see, you may feel, and you may just emanate so much joy, love, and compassion. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, such a mindful way to be in union with color and our being and how we absorb it. Yeah, and not just us absorbing it, we can absorb it, of course, but you know, thinking of sending that out. You know, we're watching our towns light up, and this is nice. You know, around this type of year, we can find the silver lining when we look at things with the eyes of beauty, in the way of beauty, of walking the beauty way, right? So much love to each and every one of you, and may your way be beauty. May it be of beauty. May you emanate beauty. May you see beauty. May you live beauty. Thank you. Much love and blessings. Fire gazing. Have you tried it for a while? Fire gazing. Could that work? Well, fire gazing. Yeah, I fire. Thank you. I'll take this one question and then I'll jump off. Fire is the element of transmutation. I teach this in my elemental class, actually, the element of fire, and my I'm actually going through one right now in person, um, teaching fire. So Sagittarius is a fire sign, and yeah, of course, this month, if you all, we could do that. Why don't we do that as a collective here? Connect with the energy of fire. If you are on my Instagram, I posted I was working with fire and smoke earlier, where I built a small fire, not very big, because I don't have the time to sit out there with a huge fire right now. But I built a small one and smoke, and I put some prayer herbs on there and just sent out a lot of prayer. Yeah. And so sending out a lot of prayer through smoke. So smoke and fire. Smoke is in a lot of indigenous ways takes our prayers to heaven, right? So I'm speaking through this, which I've already sent my prayers up and pre-prayed for this prayer, with my smoke, with my prayer smoke. And so our prayers go up and they emanate through that way if we want to do that. If you want to work with fire, you could gaze at the fire. A lot of indigenous teach that grandfather fire speaks to us, just gazing at the flame. You know, you could see the different ways in which the fire dances, in which the fire speaks to you. You know, fire is very cleansing. It's very purifying and transmutes energy. And it's a healing light, you know. If you don't have time or room or space to build an actual fire, you can candle gaze. You can light a candle and gaze at the flame and just really connect to that flame. We're coming up on the full moon. The full moon is on the 5th. It's always nice to have a fire burn and release through the fire around that time also. So, you know, there's lots of ways that we can work with fire right now. So if you choose, so, you know, we can connect as a group here with fire, and I'll post some of my pictures with fire and smoke, and yeah, see, we'll catch you on Monday and see how that goes. I think what Monday is, I think Monday is the full moon, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Today's the 2nd. Yeah, Monday's the full moon, it's the 5th. So, and it's a full moon in Gemini. So the Gemini is the sign of the twins. It's this 2 energy. The energy of the month of December is like, it is the, cool. Yeah, so Gemini is, you know, that dualistic, that if we think of this Gemini energy, I have a lot of friends that are Gemini, and they're very fun to be around, but there's a side to them that's like, oof, it's kind of stingy. So you gotta, you know, kind of be careful with this Gemini energy, but recognizing that there's a shadow aspect, right, to everybody, and we can love that, their wholeness into who that is. And we get to have that taste, the taste of Gemini, the taste of that duality, the twins. I'm also learning how to work in harmony with that, and harmonization with this Gemini energy, you know. So it's also a lot of review of the past, of past relationships, of trauma, and then really bringing in the sense of compassion to yourself, you know, like, wow, I understand why I went through what I went through to get to where I'm at right now, to carry on this this way of being that I am here to emanate onto the earth, right? So we're all here doing that. We're all here doing our work. You know, no one better than the other. It's just we're here. We're here for each other. So yeah. Anyways, it's beautiful to me to see how this unfolds. Yeah, Okay, so I'm getting imagery of looking at your past self directly and meeting in the middle of those gazes. Yeah, so I mean, I think that's another way of saying, like coming from an observer type of look and stance. I love taking that teaching. There's a lot of great teachers and masters that teach that, the observer. And that teaching has worked so well for me. It has carried me through so many ceremonies and deep reflection and deep meeting of the shadow, deep meeting of these different aspects of the self, and really observing that, being the observer of that. That teaching has carried me and really, like, anchored me into who I am, so I'm really thankful for those teachings. If you're able to do that, it's something that I'm also, I feel that I teach that also. So, but yeah, thank you so much. And I'll connect with you all on Monday, maybe for Monday, for the meditation, the peaceful prayer meditation. I'll try to get a fire built for us. So we'll have like gazing at the flame on the live. That would be really nice, I think. So thank you. I'll check you all. Hopefully you can make it Monday at 5 p.m. Thank you. Many blessings. There's my puppy. All right.